Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Down to Earth Podcast. Yes, we said it, Down to Earth Podcast. I'm your first co-host, Demario Darrow Crosby. This is your second co-host,
Triple JP.
Triple JP. We in the building today, feeling pretty good. You feel me?
Yes.
How are you, brother? How was the week? How was the weekend? Talk to me. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, man.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving. It was a good week. You can't complain when you got a 3-day work week. We had the party last week, and then Wednesday we got dragged out for Blackout Wednesday, which I didn't even know was a thing. I'm still recovering from that, and then yesterday I went out again, got pretty messed up. I need to go to bed.
You had a good one, huh?
I have not gone out this much in this last week in years. I feel like I'm back in college.
Go ahead, get back.
No, but I feel good. I mean, had to sleep in a couple days and feeling a little blah just from all the alcohol and stuff and lack of sleep. Walking in the house at 5:15 in the morning.
That dog.
That dog's so tired, he ain't even waking up when I get there.
Wow, that's insane.
But no, it was good. Work week was good. Got a lot of catching up because, nobody's really trying to get stuff done on such a short day or short work week. So it was overall good. Hung out with the family a little bit. Ate way too much food. Drank too much drink.
What you drink? Why is he at?
Tito's Red Bull. That's all he drinks.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, man. For me, the week was good. I kind of had a lot of time to observe things that was going on around me, and so that was enlightening. I'll kind of go into that a little bit later. But overall, it was good to see, just to be with the fam, everybody in one building, my girl's family, my family. It was just cool to see everybody, be around everybody, especially since the relationships are changing since I've been a part of the, the family and shit. So it's like,
Her family.
Now I'm popping in there like, what up, fam? So it's just cool to see all of that and just to see everybody. And it really just kind of, this time of life, the holidays and stuff, everything just kind of slows down, and not too many people working. Like, there's one thing that you didn't say that you usually say episode is this was a busy week. You didn't even say that, So this week has been just cool, chillax, seeing everybody that's been decent. And I do want to just say shout out to my boy Kyrie.
Oh my God.
The man's been going crazy.
As he's trying to type in
I'm trying to see.
Kyrie drop 83.
I'm trying to see that record right now, low key, because right now? We a good 10-6 right now, so we top 5 right now. So in the Western,
first place.
No. I knew there wasn't. There was a couple days ago, but they ain't right now. So I did want to see that and just shout out my boy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 30, first and foremost. We big boys. We big boys.
It's 30, ain't it?
This is 30. Celebration! But again, I just wanted to start out with that. Thank you guys just for being here. And, we got some new subscribers the other day. You guys just tuning in and just being along the journey. We really haven't turned up the full capability that we wanted to, but we're just taking our time and doing what we have control over. And we're going to make it pop, baby, but...
Make it pop, baby.
Just saying anything. But this episode, I really wanted to talk about a book that I've been recently reading and just a philosophy that now I really have adapted for myself. And it's called Be Like Water.
Be like water.
Be like water. You got water? What is it?
Be like water.
I don't know what that symbolizes.
I don't know what that symbolizes.
But there's a book called Be Like Water. I forgot who it's by, but there's also Bruce Lee, as you all will probably know. Shout out to Bruce Lee, R.I.P. to a real one. He has an interview where he talks about just being like water and going through life. I really didn't understand what he meant by that because I seen the interview before the book. But now that I'm reading the book and actually, understanding the philosophy and how deep just like all the martial arts and stuff is, like the actual real stuff about it is just actually pretty cool. And I was
crazy. I was gonna say, I think it's crazy that like martial arts and stuff is like the lowest tier of it is the fighting.
The lowest tier, yeah.
The mental and being able to actually lock in is 99% of it. And
Yes.
being able, the fighting style and all that is like water under the bridge.
Literally, it's all about. I think I watched the full interview a little bit. I didn't watch the whole thing about Bruce Lee, and he was saying that like how it's really about being open and vulnerable to be yourself in those fighting situations, but to also they call it, I forgot what they called it, but like it's energy inside it, chi or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Your
forgot.
energy.
I think that's what it
Yeah.
is. But they were saying in the book as well that like when you get into fights, if you just if you really get used to having control over your chi and letting it come up, then there should be a way that you visualize kind of like a, let's just say like a hula hoop around you.
Mhm.
And let's say if like you like come up and you try to attack me,
Yeah, you just get used to deflecting.
and you come in within that little center or whatever,
Mhm.
that's when I really get
Talking about
So I definitely want to like start doing little martial arts stuff like that. But the biggest thing that I was thinking about was, we need to understand how to navigate in this crazy world. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of changes going on, and we're actually, we talked about this as well. We're going through those changes as we get up in that age. Like you said, something very important. Now you don't go out like how you used to, right? So your body's not used to doing that stuff. So your body's programmed a certain way, and doing that stuff is going to take a little bit to recover, stuff like that. So, the biggest thing I wanted to hit on was understanding how the world has us programmed, right? Which that comes down to like how trends have us programmed, current events, and we talked about this. This is like our first episode of the whole podcast, social media as well, right? And there's just a lot of things that they have us programmed into thinking. So like one example is I have this. I talked to my girl. She has this. I know you have this. Probably everyone does, but just that feeling that you should always be doing something, right? And let's really just break that down. Like there's nothing that says you always have to be doing something. Nothing at all. There's nothing that says, okay, if you're not doing something, you're a lazy piece of shit. Da 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 da. All this. I mean, there is a point you can't get to that.
Sure.
We know that, but the world has us programmed right now. Everything is moving fast. Everything. So us also as well think we have to move fast and think we have to do things or have deadlines for things. So like, okay, one thing I did get one of the offers, and I accepted it
that's right.
as a gig. Finally, I'm gonna go into that and go into a little bit more deep into that. But I got an offer, and yeah, I'm very happy about it. I'm super excited. But it was so weird because the time I graduated, which was probably like a month ago from that program.
I feel like it was even longer than that, no?
Probably
like
a
July?
month and like 2. No, that's when I started. I graduated in like October or something
okay.
like that. So yeah, it's like a month, good going on 2. But that whole time, I had this forced timeline on when I wanted to have a job, when I wanted to start like making money, close my first deal, all this other stuff. And I'm not saying that that's bad, but the universe sometimes isn't going to work that way. Things aren't going to work how you exactly think they're going to work, obviously.
And if they did, we'd all be in very different positions.
Correct. And I found this book at a state, so I'm pretty sure I said that as well on the last episode. But I just been reading this book and really just really sucking into this philosophy of just be like water and just
sucking.
Come on, man. See what I'm saying? I can't even have a conversation. I'm done. Why did you cry? But just adapting this philosophy to be like water, and it's been like a week or so, and within a week, like I have an offer that I'm already on. I'm gonna have an offer that I'm waiting to hear the word about and see if I really want to take that one or not. But just a lot of different things happen abundantly right now, and like I'm not stressing it. I don't have any deadlines on it. I'm just like, I'm just gonna do
what you can in your
be
typical
like
days.
One. But what are your thoughts on that? Everything that I kind of just laid out as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've known about the Bruce Lee to be like water for a while because I've always kind of, I won't say that I apply it daily because I forgot about it until pretty much you brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been a fan of adaptability, and I've always taken that to heart. Of you could only control what you can, and to get upset about stuff that you can't control to me is crazy. And you just have to be like water. People are gonna stuff's gonna happen, things are gonna go the way they do that you don't have control over, and I feel like it's a waste of time and energy to cry over that, to why me, why is it happening like this, when in reality it's like it happened. You got to adapt no matter what it is, even if you did have control over it. You're not going to make the perfect decision every time you have an opportunity in front of you.
No,
And
definitely not.
so I really like to Be Like Water, and I might have to read that book after you're done with it.
I'm down.
But with the outside world programming us, that's always going to be hard, especially in the day and age of technology, social media. My one example for that is fear mongering and warmongering.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the past 6 months now, it's been all about Ukraine and the Russia stuff, and we're going to go to war, and now the Taiwan stuff, we're going to go to war, and you see that everywhere, and you're like, well, what am I? If all the stuff I'm doing now is not going to matter, why am I doing it?
Mm-hmm.
If you're just slowly being programmed, like, World War III is around the corner, get your boots ready, we're all going to be fighting, all that stuff. It kind of makes it hard for you to want to pursue anything, because is your e-commerce sales really going to matter if we're in World War III?
Hell no.
But for you to say, World War III might happen, so I'm going to stop what I'm doing just to hope. Right, exactly.
Logically, yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
So it's definitely a blessing and a curse with knowledge in general.
100%.
Because I want to know what's going on around, but how much more ahead would I be if I just didn't look at that at all? What if I had no idea the Ukraine stuff, the Taiwan stuff, potential World War III, Biden, Putin, all that stuff? If I just didn't know anything was happening, how much harder would I be pushing the stuff now? Not having those little chirping birds, kind of telling me, hey, none of this is going to matter. Walking Dead's around the corner. Like, that's cool and all. I'm ready for it. But in reality, all the mongering is just going to set you behind. AI is going to take your job. You should stop selling stuff because robots are going to do it.
Jesus, take the wheel.
The realtor, like there's stuff going on in the court systems with how realtors get paid. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, if that's going to happen, I might as well just stop wasting my time with the realtor stuff. That's, that's thinking worst case scenario is not Be Like Water.
What?
Well, they say water crashes and water flows.
Be like water, my friend.
But no, so I think the navigation's hard, man, because I follow accounts that tell me stuff all the time, like advances on the Taiwan stuff, and if we actually go to war with China, and like all types of stuff. When in reality, it's like you wake up and everybody else around you that isn't looking at that stuff is getting that much farther ahead because they're not worried about. Sure, somebody could drop a nuke tomorrow, right? But what are you going to do? You can't do anything about that. You just have to be like water.
I love that. But no, that's a very valid way to look at that, and it really comes down to. There's another example that I just thought of since you were talking. I guess two kind of, even with like conspiracy theories, bro. Like there's some that's just like. If you really get sucked into it, you can just get really just like focused on it, and it can kind of like start fucking up your thought process or whatever. Just like that last one that what was that? The EMPs going on.
Yeah.
Like I was, and here's another thing is like we have to understand how we're being programmed, because again, when we see, well, I'm gonna talk from my point of view. When I see conspiracies like that, I get a little excited because it's like, damn, like
finally everything I've been waiting for.
If the world just went to shit, okay, so like, what would I do? And it's like, not gonna lie, we had a whole fucking plan.
We still got a plan. What do you mean we had a plan?
I'm just saying, because if it would have happened around that time,
right.
But it didn't, and like it was the babyest thing that happened that day.
Yeah.
It was just a little alarm that went, and everybody. So it's just like. Understanding and knowing how our emotions are going to play into things that we definitely enjoy, right? Because I enjoy the thrill of those conspiracies. I'm not saying all of them are BS. Sure. I'm definitely not saying that, but I would just say that we have to be cautious. And one thing that like I guess I'm trying to do now is just like spend more time just by myself, even if that's just like walking for like an hour and just thinking and talking to myself and like understanding why I do things and just breaking down. Okay. Well, I do love this, and this does get me, emotionally involved in it, and maybe I'm not thinking so logical, and let's step back from the situation type deal, right? And you can even say that just emotions overall, because like you said, it doesn't make sense to, if you have no control over something, to get upset. But I would say my question would be like, is that how we're like conditioned to think that like if things don't go our way or if people don't think the way that we think, then we're going to either get upset or like
You know, that goes to
You know what I mean?
emotional intelligence. Like,
Yeah,
if you know that you have no control over something, if you really think about it, you could be upset that it happened, but you shouldn't actually put any of your well-being or anything into the fact that it turned out the way that it did, because that's unrealistic. You couldn't have done anything.
Right.
Another point, like to the conspiracy theory stuff, is like, you know, we'll use the flat Earth for example.
Okay.
What if the Earth actually is flat?
What if? Yeah.
Nothing fucking changes.
Yeah.
You still got to do whatever you're doing to get to where you want to go. I still got to do what I need to do to get going. And I think that's one of the things that, like, some people put so much into that, and I love it. I love seeing the way different people like say, oh, this is the way that it could be, this is the way that, and you get sucked into that. But in reality, if the country's ran by lizard people, if, you know, if aliens do exist, if we are in a simulation, if the world's flat, upside down, hot dog shaped,
these are good.
Then it doesn't matter, because you
Wait,
still
what
have
was the
to.
last one?
Hot dog shaped. You'd be surprised what you can find about what they think the Earth is.
But no, I hear what you're saying, though.
But it's like all of that. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We live in a capitalistic country. You know, money is everything. Happiness is everything. And no matter what you believe or what you think it is or what lies you think you're fed, there is a set rule book that you need to play by if you want to win. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it goes, like the programming. Like, they want to throw stuff at, like, oh, they want you to think, go put your time and life into figuring out that the Earth is flat, because that just is one less person that we got to worry about having tens of hundreds of millions of dollars.
It's valid. It's definitely valid.
So that's the way I look at that. And, you know, because I love the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
I love thinking that under Antarctica there's a, you know, whole lizard world of people getting ready to take over the world. And if it happens, cool. If not, I still got to go make my money.
You still gotta.
I still got to go
do
get
what you
mine.
gotta do. That's it.
And we talked about it before, even like the president stuff. Honest to God, it does not matter who the fuck the president is. It has no effect on you going out and getting your stuff. There is not a law that's going to come out tomorrow that is going to stop you from being able to go out and get yours. It's just going to be something that you might not agree with, and then a whole group of people get up in arms and unfair treatment, blah, 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 blah. That's cool and all, but you still have to go out and get yours, and that's not affecting me.
And I would say that's one thing I don't, since I'm obviously adult, but, like, you know, I'm getting older or whatever and getting up to that stage. And it's something I was also thinking about as well, is that for every, like, age or, you know, boy, girl, whatever, like, there's something that's, like, thrown at them in focus. So, like, obviously as a young boy, you're thrown at get money, get bitches, get money, get bitches. Like, that's your only focus. That's what you're, like, thrown at, and that's what you better be doing. If you're not, you's a lame ass little boy, right? And then I don't know what it is for girls because I'm not a woman, but I was also thinking about just like for older people, like, dude, so many people, God bless you,
Thank you.
so many people get sucked into, like you were just saying, the voting for the president and stuff. And let's say you found out I voted for this person, I found out, like, then it becomes, oh, I don't like you no more, or this or that, and it's like
The brick wall.
It's like, fam,
That brick
this
wall
stuff,
conversation.
this stuff doesn't have anything to do with our relationship, nothing, or who we are as people, if you really think about it. Like, okay, I get, and again, bro, you can always find a positive or a negative about anything. You can find a positive, negative about myself. I found positive and negatives about myself.
You ain't gonna find no negatives about me, but see,
That's his problem.
Close-minded.
But it's like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Okay, yeah, maybe you like this, I like that, but we shouldn't. I just don't want to get sucked into that mindset of just like, oh, you voted for this person, Like, it's just, again, that's not. We have to understand how to navigate in this crazy world, and that's just not one of the ways of just, oh, I'm with this side, you with that side, so fuck you.
Right. Well, it's a slippery slope, though, because a lot of times you can kind of see the way somebody is and then be like, oh, you did vote for that person, and then kind of see how they live that life, and that person might not be on the same page as you as anything, so you wouldn't get along. So like, some people like both sides, but it's like a tree, you know, it stems out. Like, you have these 10 beliefs and I don't have those 10 beliefs at all. Mm-hmm. We're never going to really get along anyway. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, if it goes down to, oh, you voted for this person, I voted for that person. Mm-hmm. And to think that it's only because of that, it's because of the way you were brought up, the values that you have, the things that you care about, stuff like that. So I think that's where most people are like, oh, you know, if you're anti-Trump or anti-Biden, it's like, you're either like really crazy gun-loving American, or you're a words pride that I can't even say for the other side. But that's even me saying it on that side is like that.
But it's like, I don't know. I get that.
But I don't really like having those conversations anyway because it's worthless.
Well, exactly. But there's just a thin line, bro. Because again, let's say if I didn't know you, right, and we just met, like there would be no issue that I would have with you, right? And it's like, okay, then I find out something about you. It's like, okay, maybe this person doesn't have to be 100% what I think, what I believe in, whatever. But it's like I can still enjoy myself, have a conversation,
Sure.
whatever, and not like put that difference there and just be like, all right, I'm done. This person
Unless it goes directly against one of your main core values or something, you know.
I don't know. Even at that point, it's like that's your
I don't know,
life.
but if you go to the park on weekends to watch kids play, like,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
good on
see,
that.
okay.
But that's what I'm talking about, though. It's stuff like that. I'm not talking about just like, he doesn't wake up and eat breakfast.
I can see it. Okay, because yeah, I mean, I'm not. That's you. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing to do with me. But okay, I can see it. When you put it that way, I can see it. But I really just want to come down to the point with the adding philosophy to your life, which is for now on what I'm going to do, because I have been in a lot of situations where either I'm not ready for stuff or I'm learning something new and I'm just like, fuck, like this is way too much, whatever. And I'm just going to practice and try it. I'm going to try it out for the rest of this year and then keep going. I mean, yeah.
Like
and if it's going good, it's just, okay, if I find myself in a situation where I feel overwhelmed, be like water. No, man. But no, seriously though, just telling yourself that, and that's why I just think just having something that's like an affirmation that you tell yourself all the time, it's like after a while, it's got to do something to you. It's got to put you in like this mindset, or whatever. I forgot who I was listening to, but I forgot his name. But he said he had something that like every time something happened or whatever, he jumps right into that. He thinks, okay, or let's just say somebody you admire. We'll just throw out somebody, Gary V. Shout out Gary V. Let's just say like you get in a situation. What would Gary V do? I'm not gonna use that, but I'm just saying that's something that you can adapt and like, damn, because you think so high of that person, you can probably start.
Yeah, what would Batman do? Something like that. No, but I like I'm glad that you're kind of using that, because I've always been, and I have a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the party we went to last week.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I want to consume and what I can, the amount that I can drink and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And you know, people passing a bottle around, and I'm like, I'm good on that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like,
oh yeah,
oh bro, come on, shots, well this, whatever. And I'm like, I'm just looking you dead in your eye, like, no, like I could already be fucked up, but I know what that one shot's gonna put me over the edge.
It's gonna put them over there.
And then I even had the same thing yesterday. I was out having drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing my limit, I was cool with how I had 6, 7, 8, you know, vodka, Tito, Red Bulls, whatever, and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Getting ready to leave, closing out the tab, and the waitress is like, wait, comes over, pours us 3 shots.
Like just for free?
Yeah, for free. One person took it, bartender took it, I left mine on there and left. I'm like, I'm good. That stuff don't work. Oh, but it's like, I didn't charge you for it. I'm like, you could take it if you want. I know my limit. I'm good.
Yeah, and that's actually really good too, because a lot of people fall into that that peer pressure. Come on, whoa.
That's kind of like that, be like water. You know, you have that crashing water around you that's going to try and shape you into what it wants you to shape into.
Hey.
But I'm just sitting back like, no, my cup is my cup.
All right, and he poured into a teacup. But yeah, man, this is a fire conversation, but we did want to say it's the first day of snow. First day of...
Hey, you ain't gonna let me...
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Damn, that's crazy.
Go ahead. I mean, you were sitting in the back chilling.
I was just gonna say, I woke up today. I thought it was gonna be like any other regular day, like it's been. And it's the first day with snow actually sticking on the ground. So I think for everybody out there that's been looking for a reason to get at it, I think this is the official start of the winter arc. Whether you want to start eating healthier, whether you want to start hitting the gym a little bit more, going on them cold runs, I think that starts today, starts tomorrow, whenever. But I think winter's officially here. And yeah, get to it. Hoorah.
Shout out to David Goggins. Stay hard! No.
Who's going to burn the boats?
That was chill. But I'm good. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching another episode. Congratulations to us. Episode 30 in the books. Looking for 31 next week. And let's get it.
Peace.
Peace.